This is the all-new Camp Chef XXL Pro, and let me tell you what, I am super excited about this. For those of you who don't remember, when I started this channel, I started out on a vertical pellet smoker, and I'll tell you from my experience, vertical smokers just hit harder than a grill format pellet smoker. And that is why I'm super excited about this Camp Chef XXL Pro. Now, this XXL Pro may look almost identical to their previous XXL model, but they have upgraded the features, they have upgraded the appearance, and they have made a few significant changes that will set this aside from their previous vertical smoker and any other vertical pellet smoker on the market. First off, this new XXL Pro features the smoke box. This is the same smoke box that you'll see on the Camp Chef Woodwind Pro. And from my experience with the smoke box, it adds a significant level of smoke to the food that you do not see in any other pellet smoker on the market. Now we've got that in a vertical format. The thing about a vertical smoker, and it's no different with this Camp Chef XXL Pro, is that this is meant to be a smoker. This is not a grill. We have a temperature range from 150 to 350 degrees. It doesn't get hot enough to grill, but it will put out hella smoke, and I'm gonna show you that today. One of the other things that they did was they redesigned the controller. Now this is the new Generation 3 Wi-Fi and PID controller. It has a backlit display, 2-channel probes, and they're including the new professional probes, the same probes that you'll get with the Apex and the Woodwind Pro. And one of the subtle upgrades on this Generation 3 controller is the angled screen. Now you can stand at the smoker and you can look down at the screen and see what you're looking at, and to be able to see and make changes to it without bending over to line it up so that you can see it. That little subtle change makes a big difference. Now you're probably saying, well, geez, they just came out with 2 smokers, the Apex and then the Woodwind Pro. What's the story on this one? This one here is for someone who truly wants to smoke. At nearly 8,000 cubic inches of space and over double the amount of space of the Woodwind Pro 36, you can smoke some serious food. Now, like I said before, with the vertical format, I've noticed that the smoke flavor is much richer and much more intense than on a standard pellet grill. I truly think that it is the way that the smoke goes around the food, the way the heat is distributed. And with this new Camp Chef XXL Pro, they have their down and out exhaust like they have on the Apex. So basically it forces a convection style rolling to evenly distribute the heat and to keep the smoke flowing. So it basically comes up, rolls around the chamber, goes back down, and it exits from near the bottom of the chamber up through a channel and then out the vents in the back. That's gonna even out the heat, and it's also gonna expose the food evenly to the smoke. Now, with this XXL Pro, one of the things that I like about it the most is that it comes ready to go with everything that you need. So first off, it comes with 7 total racks. It's got 4 standard grilling racks like you would normally see, and it's also got 3 jerky racks. I like the jerky racks for a lot of things. When I'm smoking something that's brittle, like salmon or fish, I like to use something like that so that it doesn't break through and fall through the grate. Also, if I'm doing vegetables or obviously jerky, it works out well too. This also comes with the sausage hooks and the rack needed for that. So really, truly, when you get into this, it's got everything that you could ever imagine. This thing moves around very easily on 4 caster wheels. And the thing that I like about it the most is it doesn't take up that much space in my garage. I got like 10 smokers in there and I'm running out of real estate. So getting this is great. It also has a foldable side shelf. And I will tell you that my experience with my Pit Boss vertical, it had a flat top and it had a chimney coming right out of the center. And I used to always try this balancing act where I would try and set a cutting board or a tray or a platter of some sort and balance that while I'm getting food in and out. And for the most part, it was okay, but there were several times where it was nearly disastrous. And the fact that they have included a foldable side shelf really, truly is a big plus to me. A lot of the comparisons and the things that you'll hear me say are based off of my experience with that Pit Boss. And I can tell you one thing that the Pit Boss sucked at, and that was cleaning it out. The ash clean out on the Camp Chef pellet grills and smokers are phenomenal. They have their patented ash clean out system where you flip up a little latch, you pull a knob out, and it empties all of the old pellets into the cup. And it's great because you don't have to take any racks out, any drip trays, or anything like that. Very simple, very clean, and it's very intuitive. Now let's talk about the construction. While it is very well built, it's not very difficult to assemble. I assembled it by myself in about an hour's time. I will say that I wish they would have taken a little bit of a step up when it came to the construction. Now this comes in at $899, and when you look at the offerings in that same price range, you're really not losing much by going with this. But I think they could have taken the next step in making this thing a true double wall smoker. Now, it sort of is double walled to some extent, but not a true double wall construction. The door itself is double walled, so you've got an inner and an outer shell basically. That's good. The chamber itself is single wall construction, but as you put this together, you basically add an inner shell to the sides and the back. The back is for that down and out convection style venting, whereas the sides are what the racks slide in and out of and what the sausage hook bracket attaches to. One of the things that I liked about my Pit Boss vertical was it was made for the price very well. It had a very sturdy build. It was a double wall construction. Granted, it's just stamped sheet metal. It really isn't anything fancy, but it felt very sturdy. Do not get me wrong, this thing is sturdy. It's not buckling when I push or pull or do anything to it. Like when I was talking about the side shelf, I like when companies look and they solve problems. Having this foldable side shelf is great. Let me show you another feature that is very intuitive, very simple, and solves a big problem. On the side of the grill, just above the shelves, there are two metal hooks. They are specifically there in place, so when you're not using racks, you can hang the racks from the side of the smoker. I can tell you right now, in my garage, like I said, I've got about 10 smokers. I have racks and grates and all kinds of stuff sitting all over the place because I don't typically use all of them at one time. The fact that I can keep them right here on the side of the smoker solves me the fact that I'm losing them. They're always right here and it stays with the smoker. They don't get dirty, they don't get misplaced or anything like that. It could keep them right here. Very simple fix, and this probably cost them about 10 cents to solve. Their grease management on their smokers and pellet grills is by far one of my favorites. They have this nice grease tray or trap. It runs down a trough and into a bucket external to the smoker. I also like how there is a pellet hopper emptying port where you pull this knob out, you put a bucket or a bag underneath, and all of the pellets will dump right down in there. When it comes to controlling this beast, it has a PID controller. That controller is Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and Camp Chef recently released some updates to their app that make their Wi-Fi run way, way, way better. Now with a PID control, you are going to get the closest to true temp as possible in any conditions because the controller knows and can make adjustments internally to make sure that we're meeting that set point. Along with temperature control, Camp Chef has their smoke control where you can set values from 1 to 10 to increase or decrease the amount of smoke. Sometimes you don't need a lot of smoke, just want a little bit. Sometimes you just need the heat, so you drop the smoke down to the lowest level, but it's super nice. When it comes to smoking, I'm usually running this thing at 9 or 10 all the time. But when it comes to smoking, that is where this XXL Pro stands out. This has the new smoke box that you see on the Woodwind Pro. This allows you to add hardwood chunks, chips, charcoal briquettes, or lump charcoal, and it sits just above the fire pot. And so as the smoker itself is fueled by the pellets, produces heat and smoke, you can supplement additional hardcore smoke into the smoker from real hardwood or charcoal. The difference that you see puts these new pellet smokers and grills into a whole new category of smoking when it comes to pellet fueled devices. Look, this all-new Camp Chef vertical smoker might not be for you. If you're someone who can only have one cooking device, a grill, then check out the Woodwind Pro or the Apex. But for someone who truly is looking for a smoking experience, they need a lot of volume. I mean, with this thing, you've got 7 shelves. You can do all kinds of smoking with this, and that's truly who we're speaking to. I'm gonna be using this all summer, especially when I need to do a large volume cook, and it's gonna be perfect for that. If you're looking for a new smoker, you're looking for hardcore smoke, but in a easy to use format like a pellet grill, then I truly suggest you look into this Camp Chef XXL Pro. And be sure to follow my channel because I'm gonna be putting out a ton of awesome videos like this one, as well as this one right here.